So today we're going to talk about protein. So we're going to look at how much you should be eating. Do you need it even if you're not one of those guys who's going into the gym and looking at building loads of muscle? We're going to debunk a few myths around it, and we're going to look at where you should be getting it from. So protein's a bit of a buzzword in the fitness industry at the minute. We're starting to see a lot of foods, like common supermarket foods, labelled as higher protein. So marketers are trying to get onto it to sell us more things with protein. But is protein really important for people who aren't going to the gym, just for general health, as well as for the guys who are going to the gym trying to get massive and jacked and really lean? Do we all need it? So the short answer to that is yes. Yes, we do. Protein is massively important for our health. Our bodies, right the way down to our DNA, are made up from a large component of protein. So things like our DNA itself, the enzymes that help with various bodily functions, our skin, our hair, our nails, our immune system, our digestive system, these all are made up from a large amount of protein. So it's massively important that we're getting that from our diet. So it's not just about when we go to the gym, we lift weights, we damage the muscles, getting a protein shake straight away after the session, or going and smashing a big steak, because you need to get that protein back in your system really, really quickly to repair your muscles to grow back big and strong. Yes, muscle repair is part of the job of protein when we eat it, but it's also there to help look after our digestive system, our immune system, as well as all those other bodily functions that we've spoken about earlier. So for when it comes to getting in shape, losing weight and getting leaner, protein also quite handy there as well, because if you have a decent portion of protein with a meal, it's the most filling out of all the foods that you can eat. So it's slower digestion, your body has to work harder to digest it. So it increases your thermic effect of feeding, which basically means that your body's going to burn more calories actually digesting protein, but it's also going to sit in your stomach longer, take longer to digest, which keeps you feeling full. So then after you've eaten your meal, you're not going to want to be snacking, you're not going to be wanting to raid the vending machine at work or go back into the fridge and just see what other little snacks you've got. So it's really helpful in helping you to maintain that overall calorie deficit and keep your calorie intake that little bit lower. But there's a few myths that go around about protein. So number one, you can only digest, I think it's 20 or 30 grams of protein, and that any more than that, your body just gets rid of it when you go to the toilet. People also suggest that too much protein damages your kidneys, and they also suggest that too much protein causes brittle bones. So let's have a look at each of these and tell you what you need to know about them. First of all, they're all complete and utter rubbish. So studies have shown that even really, really high amounts of protein don't damage your kidneys unless you have a pre-existing kidney condition. So if you've got healthy kidneys, you can eat protein, it's not going to do them any damage. If you're eating protein with a load of veggies and you're doing some resistance training in the gym, so either lifting weights or doing body weight training, you're actually going to improve bone mineral density. So that's going to strengthen your bones now and for when you're older as well. But then in terms of the amounts of protein you can digest, that's just a misinterpreted study. So basically all you need to know about that is you don't need to have loads of protein, you just need to have like a chicken breast with a meal or a shake after you train or something like that. You don't need to be gorging on high protein products, so having loads of chicken breasts every couple of hours, then shakes half an hour after you train. As long as you have a decent portion, you're going to feel full after your meals, you're going to repair your muscles, and you're going to have enough to go around all the other roles in the body that protein does. So how much protein do you actually need? So most people need between about 1.5 grams to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So for a 75 kilo guy, that's around about 150 grams of protein per day. Now, in a standard chicken breast, there's probably around about 30 or 40 grams of protein. So having that with, or the equivalent to that with like 3 meals a day, plus maybe a shake after you train or a bit of Greek yogurt or something like that, you're probably going to hit the amounts that you need. Like I said before, you don't need to be going out and getting loads of like protein shakes or supplements and like slamming them down your throats or eating them every 2 or 3 hours. You just need to make sure that you're having a decent amount with each meal. So things like lean sources of meat, oily fishes, certain cheeses, Greek yogurt or skyr yogurt's a really, really good source of it as well. Also, protein shakes can help, and in another video we'll have a look at those and those things as well. But also vegetarian sources, so things like beans and pulses. And just while we're on that, if you are a vegetarian, you probably need to look at protein supplements, because proteins get broken down into these things called amino acids, and they're like the building blocks inside your body. Now, if you're not eating red meat, you're not eating steak and things like that, you're only eating vegetarian sources of protein, you can miss out on some of these amino acids. So it's really important that you probably get yourself either an essential amino acid supplement or a vegetarian protein supplement to make sure that you're not becoming deficient in some of these nutrients. Okay, so the main things for you to remember with protein is you don't need to be slamming it down your neck all the time and bashing loads of supplements. Having a good portion with each meal is enough to keep you feeling full, to help you get leaner, repair your muscles, and it's not going to damage your kidneys or cause you to have brittle bones as well.